Okay, I'm fighting OBS to show my fucking, I'm fighting OBS to show my fucking PowerPoint presentation. I have like a couple Chrome windows open, and by a couple, I mean literally two. Oh, let's kill the music. One Chrome window is Twitch Manager. The other Chrome window is the PowerPoint presentation. And Windows Source in OBS only wants to show the Twitch Manager. It does not want to show the PowerPoint. Debbie Beans, thank you for the stream streak. I don't know why there's not a notification for that. I guess I haven't set it up. Eternal Hype, what's the time for you right now? What are you back in the east? What time? What isn't it like 2 a.m.? Wintry as well. Wintry, aren't you also American? It's 4 a.m.? What the fuck are you doing watching me at 4 a.m.? You should be watching the inside of your eyelids. We're back. Welcome in, aliens, Sebby Beans, Eternal Hype, Wintry Metal. No, I live in Asia? Okay, so Tundra is the American, and you're the Chinese person, right? One of you was American, one of you was Chinese, I think? I don't want to, like, nationalize my viewers. Yeah, okay. Now, hold on. I need to... In Norway, we have a saying that is you need to keep your tongue straight in your mouth. And that is what I need to do right now. I was sleeping since like 8 or 9 p.m. You slept for 6 hours. I woke up just now. Please don't tell me the live notification is what woke you up. Boba, the time for you right now is like 8 a.m. 8 p.m., right? Okay, hold on. There is my presentation. We're gonna need to do things in multiple steps here. Okay, it does show that. So if I transition, there we go. And then we exit studio mode. Now, I should not need to look at my OBS anymore. If you're wondering why this is such low... Wait, hold on. I might be able to fix the resolution on this. What if I did this? Okay. Okay, hold on. I can't see what you guys are typing. I can't see what anyone is typing. I can see that I become a rainbow cat boy. But thank you for the gnome, but I can't see who did that. I can't see anything. I am legally blind. Zoom. I can see what Boba says. That's like the power of love. There we go. Put you up there. Now everyone knows that I have YouTube as one of my quick buttons. Blind Boy Freno. There we go. And also there's a second Fresno behind me. I should have put that on the other side. Wait, hold on. This might get... Okay, hold on. I need to trust OBS on this one, because I will not be able to see OBS. I will be unable to see OBS when I... Whoa! Don't go to page 2. You guys are not ready for page 2. Does that look good? Does this look good? Please. Yes! Okay, I can see it on Twitch Manager. It looks good. Yes. My phone was on the floor? Why was your phone on the floor? Martinez, welcome in. Why did he take the duck to jail? He got caught selling quack. I thought that was like what they were supposed to do. Looks fine. Yeah, I can see it now. I can see it now. You just needed to trust OBS to not, like, dox me. Put your live Fresno on the other side. Are you aware that I now need to redo the whole thing I just did? Where is it? Fresno... Shoom. And then the shoom. And then we go. I don't think we need to mirror this. I don't think we need to mirror this. I think it looks okay like this. It feels weird being on the left side of the screen. It feels so strange being on the left side of the screen. Okay. I was on vacation. I was in... You guys might be able to guess where I was. I was in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur with, like, a cameo in Frankfurt, okay? I went to visit my beautiful fiance, Boba, in Singapore. Now, getting to Singapore takes, like, 24 hours, so getting back takes equally long. So, quite a bit of stuff happened on the way that did not happen in location. That was a weird way of saying that I didn't teleport. When I was gone, funny stuff happened. When was I in Frankfurt? No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I am the streamer. Okay, I am the special boy. You tell me when you were in Frankfurt. And then I'll go, huh, that's cool. And then we don't talk. Non-stream left fresh now? That it's an old reference, but it checks out. I actually did have pizza today. I might have been there the same day. Which fucking day? Which day? I'm not saying it first. I'm not saying which day I was there. But you say which day you were there. And then I'm gonna go like, huh, that's cool. Anyway, what was I saying? While I was gone, stuff happened. I would like send messages in my Discord channel. My camera just fell. Hold on. Hold on, my camera fell. Where the fuck is this camera? Okay, I am finding the camera by seeing where my fingers point. The Boba can see the camera. It's the camera for Discord. No, come, get back here. Okay, I got the camera. Putting it on top of my monitor. Okay, camera, are you gonna fall again? You better not fall again. There we go. There we go. That's the camera that's exclusive for Boba. 1st of January? I was not in Frankfurt on the 1st of January. I felt I'm being abused? Don't say that. People might get the wrong idea. Hold on. I'm gonna wait till the ads end, then I'm gonna let Eternal Hype know. Ads are over. Eternal Hype, I was not in Frankfurt on the 1st of January. Sorry about that. If I was, then I could have been any of the approximately 5 million white dudes at Frankfurt International Airport. No, but I was sending like messages in my Discord when like stuff happened, and I typed it very vaguely. Like a lot of people were asking me questions about like what the hell I was talking about when I typed down some of the stuff I did. Hold on, I gotta drink some water. That's some good fucking water, dude. So what we're gonna do now is I made a PowerPoint presentation. Technically a Google presentation. I'm not sure if that counts as PowerPoint. I think PowerPoint is a Microsoft thing. This is a Google thing. Anyway, here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna go through a list of all the stuff I sent in the Discord. And then it's not gonna be in chronological order, that list. It's just gonna be the order I said stuff in Discord. Then we're gonna go through all of them in chronological order, and you guys get to know what happened on the vacation. Just use the web PowerPoint. I already made the presentation. It's already finished. What? You telling me to switch products when I'm done? The worst of both worlds. Just also welcome in, Nice Gamer. Okay. Here we go. Freshno's cool ass vacation in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. They should have like a tagline at the bottom, like featuring Boba. Also, thank you for the mustache mode. Did mustache mode not work? Did mustache mode not work? Did Catboy? Okay, Catboy. Oh no, mustache mode worked. I just can't see it on my side. It's the mustache blends in too much. Yeah. Okay, so. What were the things I was sending in the Discord that people have been... Oh, people, like 2 people have been like, what are you talking about? What happened? Well, I got stopped by airport security twice. I'm not gonna elaborate on any of these. I'm just gonna read them. You're gonna go, what? And then we're gonna get back to like what actually happened later. Also, I just realized I'm covering stuff in the bottom left, but that just adds to the mystery. I got stopped by airport security twice. Every time I go to the airport, I get stopped by airport security. This is the first time it's happened twice in 10 minutes. Boba misread my budget. Tax-free chat GPT lady. Germans think I speak German. I don't. Airport announcers are lit. Guy gets a call on the plane, but refuses to answer. Boba had 2 nightmares, and they both feature Pokemon. Joker isn't the Joker? That has nothing to do with the vacation, just something I learned on the way. We took a bus to Kuala Lumpur. I'm not allowed to move. I don't mean like move houses. I mean like I can't move my arms. My phone cover died. Let's be real, it died like a year ago, but now it's like properly dead. Guy flushed toilet 4 times. Those are 2 different points, but it's actually the same point. I just forgot to delete the last thought. Pokemon Nightmare? Out of everything on this list, Pokemon Nightmare is the one that stands out the most to you. But that's not all, though. We ate food in complete darkness, a giant picture of butt. This is the one everyone was talking about on Discord. Evil fucking KKK bus. That one will be explained in this stream. Boba's dad tried to make me leave behind our luggage. And no, that was not on the KKK bus. You will not catch my ass being in a KKK bus. You can't see it, but it says 35 bamboos, and then it's a dried CCC. Spoiler alert, I am no longer playing CCC. Boba sleep talks in Chinese. Boba's mom texted be like. Yeah, we do also have 45 bamboos now, but that happened after the vacation was over. Boba's mom gets some funny text messages. The Church of 6-7, that should actually say like God hates 6-7. Zootopia 2 made me cry. That's not a joke, it was just a good movie. And my toes are too long for the bed. But that's not all. Did Boba's dad try to make you... Did Boba's dad try to make why? What? Oh, Boba's dad tried to make me leave our luggage behind. You leave your baggage because he liked you? No, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Also, if he liked me, why would he want me to leave my baggage behind on the bus? There's more, though. Durian does not taste good. Shocking, I know. It certainly doesn't smell good. Paella tastes really good. 3 degrees Celsius apartment. Now, if you know anything about geography, you should be able to know. You should be able to put 2 and 2 together and know that if that is in Southeast Asia, something has gone terribly fucking wrong. Or if that is in Norway, something has gone like, wrong. Real. He doesn't want you to leave, I guess. Everything will become more understandable when we get to the point. Oh, and finally, explosive residue metal band at airport. I never thought I'd see something like this. The funny thing is, that might be the most boring story on the list. The only one in all caps might be the most boring thing. I like durian flavored stuff. Durian flavored stuff might be good. But I ate a straight up durian. I ate the fruit that is banned on the subway in Singapore. I have a friend who grew up in India. She told me that if you wanted to eat durian, you had to leave the village and go out in the jungle to eat it, because that's how bad it smells. When I was in the military, I should save these stories for when we get to the durian bit. Oh, Plink is on the wrong side of the screen. Oh, whatever, I'm like co-op streaming with Plink. You got Freshno on the left side, then you got Big Freshno on the right side. And if anyone is crazy and redeems GNU, then there's gonna be like GNU in the middle. I'm not sure the stream is gonna be able to handle that. So, let's look at the timeline. First of all, I flew to Frankfurt. I had to wait 6 hours for my connecting flight. Then I flew to Singapore. I hung out in Singapore. Went to Kuala Lumpur. Went back to Singapore. Hung out in Singapore. And then I went home. Fuck, I don't have the points. That's a good thing. It is good that you do not have the points to redeem GNU. If only I didn't spend 2k on Pastel Rainbow. You have fucking 28,000... No. Is GNU 30,000 points or 10,000 points? I think it's 10k. 18% of the way to summoning GNU. I'm assuming that means GNU is 10k. Because I think it's a lot easier to calculate 18% of 10k than 18% of 30k. I deafen you so I can watch the slides in sync. Oh. This is gonna be chronological. We're gonna go through everything as it happened. Now I'm not sure if you can see my mouse pointer. Can you? I don't think you can. Oh, you can. The evil fucking KKK bus is go to Kuala Lumpur. Explosive residue is Flight of Frankfurt. The things are... This is not like building up to a climax and then go, wow. This is more like a fucking spiky road of like excitement and boring. It's 10k, I only need 2k? That's a threat. You know that that's scary to me, right? Like, you're scaring me with how close you are to GNU. Malaysian KKK bus? Everything will be revealed. Let's stop wasting... Also, we should have some music for this. We should have some... Why is there no fucking music? You know what? Let's just go OSRS soundtrack. RuneScape original soundtrack classic full album. I gotta open OBS a little and see how loud does it. Oh, I think that's like perfect volume. Let me know how the music is, but I do think that volume is perfect. I can GNU, but I won't. Thank you! Rational, I just got 9k. Oh, fuck, dude. If I could transfer channel points from other channel, I'd be able to summon GNU like 7 times. Admitting that you watch that much Twitch is not a brag. Also, is the music a little loud? I want it to be like minus 35 decibels. It went up to like minus 30. You might say, well, that doesn't sound like that big of a change, but oh boy, decibels. Decibels are logarithmic. That's quite a big change. Okay. First point on the... It's just nice, thank you. First point on the list. Going to Singapore. I am cursed. I am cursed by evil witches and spirits. Every single fucking time I go to the airport, I get taken for the random check. Every single time I go to the airport in Norway, this only happens in Norway, I get taken to the random check. I go in, I go through the metal detector, it goes beep beep, and then the dude's like, you got a random check. And then they swipe me with like the explosive residue thing. That happens every single fucking time. And they say it's a random check. I gotta be honest with you. That happened like every time I took the airplane. And then I was like, I am being profiled. And then I was in the military. I took the airplane in military uniform. I still got the random check. So either there's something fucked up and evil with my face. I got like the serial killer phenotype. Or it truly is random. And I just have equal luck in gacha games as I do in airport security. But I got stopped by the security and they checked me and I had nothing. And then 10 minutes later, as I walked through the tax-free, I got stopped by security again for a second random check. And they asked me, how much money am I carrying in cash? And I just said, I have no cash on me. And they said, okay, you can go. There's like loss if you bring like 10,000 US dollars in cash overseas or something like that. I got stopped by the airplane security twice in 10 minutes. This never happened before. But again, it's never happened that I'm not stopped by the random check. It's really not that much. I just leave my phone on sometimes and accrue tens of thousands of points by accident. Jesus, you're AFK point grinding. You have evil metal pin in your spine? No, but it's not. The detector doesn't say I'm wearing any metal stuff. The detector just says, like, get this motherfucker. He is cursed. I'm gonna get into the gacha look later when we talk about CCC, but I feel like I was born in Norway to a Norwegian family. That is already an extremely lucky start in life. I am very privileged in that aspect. And I think God saw that and was like, well, we gotta add like some karma to this shit. So let's make it so they always get checked in the airport and they always lose when it comes to gacha gambling. I gotta admit, it is better to be born in Norway with that luck than it is to be born in like South Sudan, but you always win every gacha roll. I gotta be honest, I would rather take the Norway with the bad luck. Ugh. Either way, I got stopped by airplane security twice, but that's not the funniest thing that happened on the airport in Norway. At least you win real gamba? I've never gone to like a real life casino, but if I did, I'm not winning anything. I could be playing blackjack, get a 21 and still lose somehow. But this is not the funniest thing that happened at the airport, because right in front of me, going through airport security, was a metal band. There were 4 dudes dressed in like black clothes, black leather, carrying like guitar bags and shit. And one of them got stopped because he had explosive residue on his bag. His bag had explosive fucking residue in it. I don't know. They test me every single time. They test me if I have like if I got like some explosive residue on me. Metal guy didn't get tested and he had it on his bag, which first of all, if they can tell without doing the test, why am I tested every single fucking time? But what happened was the guy in front of me, like the security guard, just like stopped him and was like, "Hey, we found explosive residue in your bag." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably from like a concert." And the guy was like, "Yeah, that sounds right." And then he just let him go. His bag went through the metal detector and they were like, "There's bomb stuff on this." And he was like, "Yeah, that's probably from a concert." And then they just let him get on the plane. So what I'm saying is, if they ever find explosive residue on me, they better let me get on that fucking plane, because the metal dude got to go. I'm not sure if you know, but I used to play in a metal band. I have an electric guitar next to me. I've played a solo. I've done fucking... I've shredded arpeggios, okay? If they can get on the plane with explosive residue on themselves, then fuck it, I should be able to get on the plane with explosive residue. Now, what is gonna happen is that every time I take an airplane for the rest of my life, they are gonna check me and there's gonna be nothing, and we just wasted a bunch of those paper strips they use for testing you. Also, the paper strip thing, they only do your hands and, like, your waist. What if I, like, made a bomb with my feet? What if I'm, like, Ted Kaczynski plus, like, someone who is good at doing stuff with their feet? Like, ballerina Ted Kaczynski. I make bombs with... They'd never catch me. They'd never... Because they only test your hands and your waist. Why do they test your waist? Do people, like... I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about why there might be explosive residue on someone's waist. Then, after I did the fucking explosive residue hypocrisy, I had to go through tax-free. Because never say that phrase again. Never fucking say that phrase again, please. I had to go through the tax-free, right? In the tax-free, there was a lady. The tax-free ChatGPT lady. She was standing next to the wine section. She was standing next to the wine section, holding her phone. Like the lady on the picture, but more aggressively. Holding her phone. And she was saying super fucking loudly into the phone. And she was speaking in Norwegian, but what she said was, ChatGPT, how much does this wine cost? And then ChatGPT spoke back. And then she said, ChatGPT, is this a good deal? I didn't think those people existed. I thought that was just like a joke we did. I thought we were just making fun of like the AI bros. We were like, oh, you need ChatGPT for everything. Oh, ChatGPT, how much does my coffee cost? I thought we were just making fun of like people that didn't exist. They were doing like hyperbole. No, those fucking people are real. At least one of them in a Norwegian airport, which granted, in any airport, people do act a little more crazy. You're allowed to be like 20% more weird in the airport than out of the airport. But like, she was legit being like, ChatGPT, how much does this wine cost? It says it on the fucking shelf. You said, ChatGPT, is this a good deal? You're fucking 44 years old. Surely you have more experience with wine. You got the experience with wine to know. Also, it's the tax-free. I feel like everyone's just tax-free is so cheap because you don't have to pay tax. But, like, everything costs more in the tax-free. Like, if I want to buy chocolate at the store, it's like X amount of dollars. If I want to buy it at the tax-free, they're like, you don't have to pay tax. Okay, it's still the same amount of money. I don't, is there like a trick you're supposed to do at the tax-free to pay less? Because, like, the shit costs the same. It's like $5 chocolate in the grocery store still costs $5 for the same amount of chocolate at the tax-free. But it keeps saying you're not paying tax on it. So what? Is my money, instead of going to the government who pays for my healthcare, it goes to some private corporation? Does it go to the airport? How does that shit work? Or is it like back in the day, tax-free was actually like a lot cheaper, and then they just scaled up the cost like we wouldn't know? No one's answering these questions. Am I gonna get in trouble for asking these questions? Am I gonna be like assassinated for asking the wrong questions? Is big tax-free gonna like send the Illuminati after me? I don't think so. I don't hope so. Either way, that was the tax-free ChatGPT lady. I don't remember what the next thing is. I think the next thing is speaking German, is it? No, it's Boba misreading our budget. This is the only slide. No, I drew 2 slides. Big tax-free is coming for you? I do pay a lot of money in taxes, so, does tax-free like that? Is the tax-free people like, oh, you pay a lot of money in taxes, that's good? Or are they like, oh, you pay a lot of money in taxes, we're gonna break your fucking kneecaps? Like, are tax-free, are they like pro-taxation? Because that means they can get away with no taxes? Or are they like, in general, anti-taxation? Yes, I'm assuming that's for the kneecap bit. I am putting on knee protectors tomorrow. So, while I was on the way to Singapore, Boba asked me what my budget was for the vacation. And that's a pretty smart question to ask. You can set, like, spending limits. That's a good question to ask. I typed in Telegram to Boba. I typed $2,000. And then Boba was like, but that's so low. That's so little money. Yo, Inspector AG112, welcome back. I'm telling my story about what happened on vacation. By the way, we're gonna stream Voices of the Void on Saturday, so don't worry, that's not gone. I'm pretty sure the game got updated, but that's not important right now. The Boba was like, that's so low. How are you gonna go on vacation with only that little money? And I was like, what the fuck, 2,000? I didn't type this, but in my head I was like, $1,000 is like nothing? What the fuck? So I said, I guess I could increase the budget, like, to $5,000 and I won't starve. Like, I'll still have money to eat, but that's it? And then Boba texted me, like, with $5,000? What the fuck? We're never gonna be able to spend $5,000. $5,000 is way too much. So I was like, okay, well, what's happening here? $2,000 is way too little. $5,000 is way too much. Is there like a specific amount you want? Well, what's going on here? How are both of those things true? If I said like 2,000 and 20,000, yeah, I can get it, but 2,000 and 5,000, those are not like super different. Lulu, hello, welcome in. So, I was like, wait, 5,000 is too much, and 2,000 is too little? And Boba. Boba replied to me. She went back to the original message where I said 2K. 2000. She replied to that message. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. She replied to that message and she said, baby, you wrote $200. And then about 2 seconds later, she sent a message in all caps. Oh shit, I'm dyslexic. I wrote 2K, she read it as 200, and then she told me I wrote 200. Oh, so then it made a lot more sense that she was like, 200 is too little, 5,000 is too much. That was a very confusing conversation. And actually, the budget was more than 2K, because my parents sent me like $400 as a Christmas gift. We did not spend that money on anything smart. Okay, next slide. I think this is the one about German. Yeah, so German people think I can speak German. Now, I don't mean that as in the sense of they see a white guy in Germany and they say like, hello, how are you doing in German? No, I mean, I say a sentence and then they reply as if I was speaking German. See, what happened was I was in the airport and I walked into a store. And I don't know why I did this. I guess I'm a psychopath. I guess I'm misanthropic. I guess I'm fucking insane. I walked into a store on the Frankfurt International Airport and I said, in Norwegian, I said, sorry, how much does this cost? Because it didn't have a cost on it. It was like a bakery. I said, sorry, how much does this cost? In Norwegian. And they replied to me in German. Now, what I think is that my rural fucking Norwegian accent sounds like a weird German accent. Like, I think someone from Berlin thinks I'm from, like, Bavaria. Someone from Bavaria might think I'm from, like, South Austria or something. I'm not sure. If you're from Hanover, I might sound like I'm from, like, Holstein? I had to think, like, is it Holstein or Schleswig that is in Germany? I think it's actually Schleswig is in Germany and Holstein is in Denmark. Either way. So the lady replied to me in German, and I didn't know what she said, so I just said, like, okay, and then I bought the thing, because, like, at that point, I couldn't really, like, you know, say no. This fucking Oscar RuneScape track always gets me, like, fucking insane. I don't know why. Something about the horns in this track make me stressed. When I see my first day back, my roommate asked me something and I just replied in full Arabic. When I lived in Japan, I didn't get to speak Norwegian for many months. Then in class, there was another Norwegian guy. He walked in, he sat down next to me, and he spoke to me in Norwegian. He said like, hey, how you doing? How was your day? Blah, blah, blah. I replied in English, and he kept talking in Norwegian. Until, like, a minute later, he was like, you know you're speaking English, right? I was like, oh, fuck, and I switched back to Norwegian. Ugh. I'm not sure. I think the next one is the fall one. No, the next one is airport lounges. So, I asked my friends, I was like, hey, what the fuck do you do in Frankfurt Airport for 6 hours? And all of my friends said, you gotta get an airport lounge. Now, airport lounges are like 40 euros for the one I went to. Which sounds like a lot. But think about it like this. You're on the airport for 6 hours. You're gonna need to eat something. How much does food cost in an airport? 20 to 30 euros. Let's be honest, it's really expensive. And then you also have the fact that you don't have like a quiet, chill place to sit and just like use your computer or phone. And lounges also give you like free snack and water. They got like really nice toilets. They got fucking showers. So I went to the lounge. I bought lounge access. The dude at the register was like, okay, we just gotta check if there's space in the lounge. He walked up, he walked back down. He said, yeah, there's space in the lounge. I walked up, it was empty. It was like 3 people in the lounge. Could probably fit like 100 people in there. So I just chilled in the airport lounge. I ate so much fucking free food. And I ate so many fucking free snacks and candy. I just found a quiet corner, plugged in my laptop, and did some Genshin Impact dailies and then watched YouTube videos. I felt, when I was in the lounge, I felt like the odd one out. I felt like the YouTuber. No, I felt like the phrase. Tumbleweed rolling? It wasn't that bad. But is there tumbleweed in Red Dead Redemption 2? I just realized I haven't seen a single fucking tumbleweed in Red Dead Redemption 2. We have not talked about the KKK bus yet. That is quite a while. We just talked about like explosive residue and talking German. We're gonna get to the KKK bus. It's gonna be a bit though. Anyway, fucking, I was walking around the lounge wearing like comfy clothes. Everyone else was wearing business casual or better. Like fucking sipping wine, eating food with manners. I was just walking around in fucking, I had a graphic t-shirt on that has a cat on it. And then in Japanese, it says, "I'm tired." And on the back, it's the same cat eating like dried squid. And I was wearing like Adidas pants and hiking shoes. I was just walking in before someone in chat goes, "That was you?" Everyone else was like looking like they were from like a rich family or something like that. I was walking around like a fucking slob. Everyone else probably got in because they bought expensive airplane tickets. I just paid for lounge access. And it's absolutely fucking worth it. If I'm ever at like a 4+ hour layover, I'm getting lounge access again. It was so good. I need a shirt like that. I got the last one in the store. Went to Fukuoka in Japan. Walked into the central train station, into the building shaped like a triangle. It has an arcade on the top floor. The escalator is like in its own section of the building. That's super fucking tight for some reason. Go to the clothing store that's at the 5th floor out of 6. Walk in, follow the wall along the right, and then follow the wall along the left side. When you get to the changing rooms, turn right. There it was. Only one left. I had a friend with me. He wanted to buy it. I was faster. I was a quick draw. I was like, kabam! It was like Arthur Morgan. Oh, and I got the last shirt. I still have it, but the image on it is not embroidered, so it's like cracking and shit. Which means, I guess that means I gotta wash it inside out or something. Anyway, airport lounges are great. I felt like a peasant, but they're pretty cool. And then... oh shit, I thought this was later. Spoiler alert for the Joker, by the way. I opened YouTube in the airport, and I got a video. This is spoilers for Joker 2, by the way. A movie everyone hated. If you haven't seen Joker 2, don't watch it. But, you see the guy on the picture? That's not the Joker. Arthur Fleck isn't the Joker. At the end of Joker 2, he gets killed, and a mentally insane man becomes the Joker. And then the movie, he wasn't the Joker. I feel like I'm the only guy that cares about this. Arthur Fleck wasn't the fucking Joker. There's 2 movies where they were like, "You're the Joker." And then he's not the fucking Joker? This has nothing to do with the vacation. I heard people hated Joker too. I didn't look up why they hated it. Now I get it. I have a credit card that gives me access to the fancy lounges, not even technically mine, but free lounges. Yeah, it's called a MasterCard. You're telling me the Jonkler was sane? No, it was crazy. It just wasn't that guy. This has nothing to do with the vacation. I just needed to ramble about that for like a minute. Guy ignores a call on the plane. I got on the plane. 14-hour flight, Frankfurt to Singapore, right? Get on the plane. I am sitting... I got the middle seat on the right side of the plane. Guy is sitting, like, the middle row of the plane has, like, 4 seats. A guy was sitting in one of the middle seats there. Before takeoff, when we're taxiing, he gets a phone call. And the phone fucking sounds like an alarm for the plane. Like, the phone call is like, beep, beep, beep. So I'm like, is the plane gonna fucking explode? And then everyone, like, realizes it's a phone call. The guy picks up his phone. He holds it like the guy does in the picture. But he's like, he has no emotion on his face. He looks like in a video game where, like, the NPC model isn't doing anything. Just, like, the blank default face expression. And he just looks at the phone while it's ringing. He doesn't take it. And the beep, it gets louder and louder. Everyone's looking at the dude. He doesn't take the phone. Eventually, it stops ringing and he puts it back. I just had to tell someone about that. I was so fucking sure that was an alarm that the plane was gonna explode. I have the one and another one. Are you gatekeeping the knowledge of what your car is? Joker 2 doesn't exist, just like Pacific Rim 2. No idea what you're talking about. Okay, I agree. Neither of those movies exist. Yes. None of those movies do not exist. Which other movie doesn't exist? I don't know. I thought it was gonna be easy to come up with a sequel that sucked when the first movie was great, but honestly, I can't come up with one. Same as Postal 3 not real? Rancor, welcome back. Is Postal 2... Is it Megamind 2 I've heard suck? Is Postal 2? Don't send me the winky face. Well, why are you sending me the winky? Same as Postal 3. Is it Postal 2? Or is it Postal 1? That has what is it called? What is his name? He's like a very short black guy who has like a signing event in Postal 1 or Postal 2? I remember when I was a kid, with this YouTube video. Gary Coleman was his name. There was a YouTube video of someone playing Postal where they got so fucking excited that he was in the video game. And the whole video was just them, like, running around in the room is doing the signing and, like, screaming their fucking heart out. I don't think that video still exists. I used to think that was the video game Donkey Postal video, but it's not, because he just shoots him with a rocket launcher. But I don't think anyone... I think that video had, like, 18,000 views in, like, 2012. It might be deleted, but I would love to see that video again, because I just have this memory. The guy fucking screaming his lungs out at Gary Coleman. It's Amex. I dozed for a bit. You didn't miss anything too important. American Psycho 2. I didn't know that existed. Also, on this plane, I'm sitting in the middle seat, okay? Aisle seat is like a 40-year-old woman. Window seat is like a 16-year-old girl. I'm sitting there. The plane begins to taxi. Those two ladies start talking past me with each other. Turns out they're mother and daughter traveling together, and they booked the window and they booked the aisle. And I'm stuck in between them. They're talking together. Now, to be fair, they stopped talking together after like a minute, so I don't really mind that. But when the plane took off and we were in the air, both of them started watching Johnny English. Except the girl on my right side was like 30 seconds behind. And the mom was like 30 seconds ahead. And they were both watching Johnny English. Now, I don't watch movies on a plane. I do something fucking insane. I watch what my neighbor is watching. If the people next to me is watching a movie, I'll like put on music on my headphones and I'll watch their movie through the subtitles. So I watched Johnny English, left side real time, right side delayed by 30 seconds while we were taking off. And then we took off, we ate food, and then we went to sleep. We woke up when they served breakfast, we ate breakfast, and then both of them started watching Johnny English again. They started the movie from the beginning. I saw Johnny English 4 times on a 4-hour flight. I keep getting heartburn every time I move. What the fuck did you do? I miss lying on you and just knock out. Boba is a very sleepy lady. Don't get it twisted. American Psycho 2 is awful? I assumed. Live replay. The same fucking They didn't watch Johnny English 2. They watched the same fucking Johnny English 1. Secondhand viewing experience. I don't think there's a slide for this, but on the airplane ride back, The guy to my left was an Asian-looking dude with a British accent, which I think that means Hong Kong, who he was watching Johnny English, and I was like, I can't see this shit. I turned to the right. It's a German guy. He's watching 300. He watches 300 until, like, the first battle scene where all the dudes are, like, buff and naked. And then he turns off 300. He starts watching another movie. I don't know what the movie is called, but it's an old woman and, like, a younger woman on a frozen lake going ice fishing. And then an old man and, like, a 30-year-old lady shows up and starts shooting them with a sniper rifle and a revolver. And then the movie is just this old lady running around this frozen place while they're, like, shooting her and she tries to get away. Now, they watched it without subtitles. I have no fucking idea what happened in the movie. At the end of the movie, they try to cut up the young lady to, like, steal her organs. But the old lady, like, chains herself to the sniper rifle lady and she drags her under the ice like a Metallica song. And they both drown. And the young lady survives. He couldn't handle the big half-naked men. The whole appeal of 300 is watching really buff, really naked men fight and get covered in blood. And if you deny that, if you say that is not the appeal of 300, then you get, like, gay. You get, like, 15 gay points. If you watch 300 and you say the buff naked men are cool, you're straight. If you watch 300 and you say, I don't like these buff naked men, then you're more gay than the guy who says they like it. And if you're a woman, if you're a heterosexual woman watching 300, hold on, Boba just unmuted on Discord. Boba, were you gonna say something? I only heard her say, like, boo. Well, I thought you were gonna say something about the buff naked men. I think she just wanted to, like, make noise. What if I want the gay points? No, there's not. That's up to you. I'm just letting you know what the rules are. If you're a heterosexual woman watching 300, I don't really know what the take is on that, but if you're watching 300, if two people are watching 300, one of them says, like, I like, didn't know I was unmuted. Oh shit, that's scary. Boo! If two straight men are watching 300 and one of them says, I like that there's gay buff men, naked buff men, and the other person says, I don't like that there are buff naked men, the second person is more homosexual than the first one. There's nothing wrong with that. That is perfectly fine. I'm just letting you know, we're bringing woke back. That is what the rules are. So, while I was watching the movie on the right, the dude did something that has never happened to me on a plane before. It should have happened before. It's never happened before, but it should have. While I'm watching, very obviously watching his movie, he turns to me and looks at me. That has never happened before. But I just keep watching his movie. I don't acknowledge that he saw me. I just keep looking at his screen. And then he turns back and looks at the screen. I mogged him. I won the interaction. He backed down. He could have been like, excuse me, what are you doing? He didn't. He looked me in the eye. He saw that I was fucking crazy. And then he turned back. I would look at you too, but that's just cause you're my fiance? Aw, I would look at you too. Okay. Next one? I'm not sure what the next one. I think the next one is that we're in Singapore, right? Singapore! Okay, Boba had 2 nightmares about Pokemon. Boba woke up in the morning and she told me she had 2 nightmares in the same night. Both of them featured Pokemon. Boba had a nightmare. I'm not sure which of these were first, but she had 2 nightmares the same night. One of them was she did something and then I pulled her finger and it hurt a lot. And apparently, I didn't care that I hurt her finger, so she just walked into the bathroom and started crying. And then in the dream, for some reason, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go play Pokemon with your aunt. And then Dream Fresno went and played Pokemon with Boba's aunt when she was crying in the bathroom and her finger hurt. I don't know why I'm evil in Boba's dreams. Listen, okay, I know people who say this are lying, but I think I'm like above average nice in real life, unless you're sitting next to me in an airplane and watching a movie. But other than that, I think I'm above average nice. I don't know why I'm evil in Boba's dreams. And then the same night, she had another dream. Boba got stuck in an elevator, and I was outside the elevator, and I went, oh, you're stuck in the elevator? I'm gonna go play Pokemon with your aunt. Which, why is every dream me playing Pokemon with Boba's aunt? Like, Boba, you're in chat. Why is me playing Pokemon with your aunt, like, nightmare fuel? It's the Boba's aunt is nice, by the way. She's a nice lady. Dream you is mean. I don't really know what to say. I don't want to defend Dream me, but also I am not Dream me. Have you ever played Pokemon with her aunt? I'll do you one better. Her aunt has never played Pokemon. Her aunt doesn't know what fucking Pokemon. She knows what Pokemon is, but she doesn't know about it. So yeah, if you have a dream about me and I don't play Pokemon with your aunt, that's not Dream Fresno, that's an imposter. Playing Pokemon with cards? No, I think she meant playing Pokemon video game, right? They don't even play Pokemon with me. Boba, did I play Pokemon video game with your aunt, or did I play Pokemon cards with your aunt? Boba has a collection of... Oh, it was Pokemon cards! When we were in Kuala Lumpur, they had Pokemon card slabs for the prismatic evolutions, where they had all of the EV cards in one, like, big collection. I think that shit was $1,000. Boba, do you remember how much that was? You mean? No, Dream Fresno is evil. Real life Fresno is just chill. Umbreon Umbreon was $1,000? How much? Because you remember the collection we saw, where they had every evolution. How much was that altogether? Unmean Dream Fresno? I'm gonna, when Boba falls asleep, I'm gonna do the Inception thing, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of Dream Fresno. And then me and Dream Fresno are gonna be standing right next to each other. And Boba has a gun, and she's like, I don't know which Fresno to shoot. And then Boba's aunt's gonna walk into the room and go, who wants to play Pokemon cards? And evil Fresno's gonna go, me! And then Boba goes, bang! And that's how we beat evil Dream Fresno. 2.7 thousand Sing. It's kind of fucked up that the card Boba wants the most is also the most expensive one. That's like bad luck. Okay, so this is when I was in Singapore, by the way. Now, after Boba had 2 nightmares about Pokemon, I wasn't allowed to move. Now, before anyone says anything, there's a reason for this picture. There's a very good reason it's this specific picture. So, I will explain the picture after I explain the story. Alien, thank you for the Pepito Memento. Why is Pepito Memento off-center? So, what happened was, I was sleeping in Boba's bed while Boba was at work. And she was sitting up in the bed and I was sleeping in the bed. Then I woke up and I turned to move and Boba grabbed my arm in a way that told me, like, don't move. And also told me, like, the way she grabbed my arm was like, don't move, don't make noise. I was like, okay. I laid still because she was in a meeting at work and she didn't want me to be like seen or heard because she was supposed to be alone in the room for the meeting. So I had to lie in bed while she was doing the meeting. And then you know what happened. At the end of the meeting, they're like, okay, I think that was everything we needed to talk about. Does anyone have any questions? Which, if you're neuroatypical, what that means is don't ask any questions. If you ask a question, the meeting gets longer. If you don't ask a question, we can leave right now. If you have a question, email it to me. That's what it means. Okay, neuroatypicals. That's a lifeline. Okay, write that down. You might need it if you work like a corporate job. But of course, someone asked a fucking question, and then they talked for 10 more minutes while I was laying there in bed in a very uncomfortable position. Now, the reason I picked this picture is because I was like, well, I couldn't move. So what's it like when you can't move? And I googled Weeping Angel. And then I realized, well, hold on, Weeping Angel is a Doctor Who thing. I don't think Doctor Who is that well known today in comparison to this SCP. 176 or 19 something? I think this is 192, because 176 is the shy guy, right? Now you might wonder, Freshno, why'd you take a picture where he has a sombrero and 2 maracas? Are those called maracas? 096 is shy guy, so this is 176. Let me tell you a story. I went on Google and I found a lot of great pictures of this dude. All of them were WebP, which means that it's illegal to use them. This is 173, I was close enough. It is illegal in every nation in the world to make a computer program that is compatible with WebP image formats. That is not allowed. So, every single image on Google Images is now WebP. Why? Fuck you, that's why. So, there were so many fucking pictures of this guy I could have used, but they were WebP, so I couldn't use them. Eventually, I found this picture. It's a PNG with the background, which is why he's got like this off-white square around him. So that's the reason he's Mexican. I don't know why they made a Mexican 173, but I'm glad it was in PNG format. I've never met a single person who doesn't know what a Weeping Angel is. Okay, but are you British? Are you British? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then you're biased. Or is this like a situation where Doctor Who is like super popular in like Serbia or something? I'm from Midwest America? Is Doctor Who popular in the US? I always thought Doctor Who was like a Britain only thing. I thought Doctor Who was like only British people care about it. Yummers. The Boys! The Boys final season is coming out in not too long. Doctor Who is very popular? I don't believe you. I think Doctor Who is only watched by like 15 geriatrics in like Lancaster. I don't even know if Lancaster is a place or like a state of mind. Kind of like New York. Anyway, I got a new phone cover. This is my phone cover, by the way. This is what my phone cover looks like. You see, I had a phone cover that worked well. It was a black piece of hard plastic. I hate the old one. See, what happened was, my old phone cover. If you love me, you will admit it ain't well. Okay, well, it ain't well, but Boba, you know that if you use the if you love me thing, you kind of forced me into my answer. I literally have $1.07 in my bank account. That's enough for a Costco hot dog, though. There are a few old people in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster is in Pennsylvania? I thought Lancaster was, like, in England. Have you seen the One Piece thing? You have to be more specific than the One Piece thing. Lancaster is a guy? Okay, but is there a place in England called Lancaster? So, what happened was, I drop my phone all the fucking time. I have a Sony phone, which means, oh yeah, I'll talk about that, Alien. I drop my phone all the time, which Thank God I use Sony phones, because you can drop them from, like, the Empire State Building. They'll kill the person it hits, but the phone's gonna be fine. There is an English city called Lancaster. Are there geriatrics there that watch Doctor Who go through a population survey? No, but... So I drop my phone all the time. And when I do, the phone case would break a little. Like, the pieces on it would, like, fall off. It got to the point when I was in Singapore that if I grabbed my phone, not the phone case, but like I just touched the phone and I lift it up, the phone case would stay on the table. If I hold my phone with like the screen pointed downwards and I'm not holding the phone case, only the phone, I turn my phone upside down, the phone case falls off. Boba, I would put my phone in Boba's bag when I was in Singapore. She reached into her bag to grab something. She got herself a little cut from my phone case. And she was like, you know what? I know we said we weren't gonna buy each other Christmas gifts this year. We'll get back to why. He was like, we're not gonna buy each other Christmas gifts this year. I'm buying you a new fucking phone case. Which, I'm not gonna say no to that. So now this is my new phone case. And the nice thing about it is, it feels like a new phone. It feels like I got a new phone, but I didn't get a new phone. It has a big fucking cathedral, so yes, there's old people. Do they watch Doctor Who? Yeah, they go to church. Okay, cool. Do they watch Doctor Who? It's pretty? It is pretty. What was I gonna say? I had something spicy to say. I don't know anyone from Lancaster, neither do I, but if I can make assertions about it, then so can you. I believe in you. You can make a baseless fucking assertion about old people in Lancaster. I could do it, you can too. Why are your kid ears and mustache crooked? That's just how VTube Studio works. I don't really know why. I think it's if the fresh snow is in a weird position when it happens, then the ears and mustache are in a weird position when it happens. Trigger? I can't really do anything about it. I just know the Avro Lancaster is a cool plane. Nice. So yeah, now I got a new phone screen. Next slide. I think this next one is cool. Okay. People excited for the KKK bus? I think the KKK bus is the next slide after this one. We went to Kuala Lumpur as a vacation, even though I was already on vacation, so I guess I had, like, squared vacations. We took a first-class bus from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. Now, we did not take the evil fucking KKK bus, but the evil fucking KKK bus is coming up. I think there's one slide in between this one and evil fucking KKK bus. First-class bus was really nice. I'm not sure how much it cost. But it didn't look like this. It looked a little different than this one does. But it were like reclining seats. You had screens like you were on an airplane. And you got served food. And they gave you blankets. It was probably the most comfortable bus ride I've ever had in my life. And it was just a fun thing to do. Like, people want to take a first class bus ride. It was pretty good. I'm not sure if it was worth the money, but it was pretty nice. Just one problem with it, though. There was one problem with the bus. See, the bus ride to Kuala Lumpur is over 4 hours long. Now, I think that if you are stuck somewhere for that amount of time, there should be a toilet available. And there was a toilet on the bus, but you can't poop in it. Don't ask why there's not a picture here. You know why there's not a picture here. The toilet had a sign on it that said, no poop, only urine. And in the bottom of the toilet was this blue filter that's like, yeah, poop can't get through that. So they had a bus where you couldn't poop. They had a toilet that didn't let you poop. Now, I thought that's fine. The bus makes 2 rest stops on the journey. I'll just go poop there. Guess what, fucker? You're in Malaysia. They don't have toilet paper. Listen. You go to a bathroom in Malaysia, unless it's in like a hotel or like a restaurant that gets tourists, the bathroom will not have toilet paper. Instead, what they have is like a bidet, but it's a hose on the wall. Use your hand, use the bidet. The bidet is not mounted in the toilet like a Japanese toilet. The bidet is mounted on the wall. It's a hose that you grab and spray yourself. Now, listen. I am biased. I know that the logical argument is that the bidet is better. It saves paper, and I guarantee you, you get a lot cleaner from using the handheld bidet than you do from actually using toilet paper. I absolutely believe that the bidet is like the correct answer, but I'm not using that shit. So I didn't go to the bathroom. I didn't poop. I waited all the way until we got to the hotel before I pooped. Every time I went to the bathroom in Malaysia, open the door, check if there's toilet paper. If there's toilet paper, let's go. There was also a bathroom in Singapore, in the MRT, which is the subway station, where there's like 4 stalls in the bathroom. There's no toilet paper in the stalls. The toilet paper is outside the stall. So you grab toilet paper, go into the stall, and then do your business. There's no bidet or anything. It's just a toilet. And the toilet paper is outside of the stall. So my question is, if you grab toilet paper, you go in, and then you realize, oh shit, I didn't grab enough toilet paper. What do you do? Because you can't stand up and like put on your clothes and then go with more stuff, because you're gonna get yourself some skid marks. And you also can't just like walk out pants around your ankles to grab more toilet paper. And if you're gonna ask strangers, hey, could you give me more toilet paper? That's like social suicide. So I guess the meta is just grab way more toilet paper than you're ever gonna fucking need. Oh. I think we got ads right now. I'm gonna wait until the ads are done before I go to the next slide. Because the next slide is the fucked up KKK bus. The evil fucking KKK bus. Can anyone let me know if there's ads playing? Because Twitch said there was ads playing. Ugh. I got an ad. Yeah, is the ad over? Is the ad finished? Is the ad from Finland? Is it a Danish ad? There was an ad. Okay. So, what happened was we went to Malaysia. We got through passport control to get into Malaysia. And then, like, we drive the bus to Malaysia. It was about PB&J sandwiches. How the fuck do you get an ad about the food you make at home? Was the ad for peanut butter? Was the ad for jelly? Or is there some fucked up store that sells PB&J sandwiches? So tired and sleepy? This is the KKK bus story. This is like the highlight of the whole thing. So, we get off the bus. We go through passport control. We have to get on the bus again. So we're at like this bus stop. Oh, Uncrustables. We're at this bus stop where there's like 500 buses. I walk in. The first bus I see. I used to get ads to join the German military. Do they accept Romanians? German streaming. Why is every ad German? Is this because I was talking about Frankfurt? And no fucking distractions. Let's get to the bus. I walk in. There's a million buses. There's one bus that is right in front of me. One bus is right in front of me. And this is what it said. This is the evil fucking KKK bus. KKKL. It's not pure KKK. It's KKKL. But me... Hold on a second. Boba sent me a picture. Boba sent me a picture of a bunny. Hold on. There we go. KKK light. I walked in. I saw a bus that was white, nearly completely white, and then in red fucking letters, I saw KKK. I went, what the fuck am I looking at? Slightly racist the fuck? I don't think there's anything racist here. Like, Boba, are you still in chat? Can you read the Chinese on this? Can you type this in Pinyin? Because, like, probably KKK is, like, Chinese for we do pretty good tours. I don't know what this KKK means, but I saw KKK on a white bus, and I thought, what the fuck? Am I in the US? What's Pinyin? KKK lie? What's Pinyin? Pinyin is a... okay, so you know Chinese is written the way it's... You know how Chinese looks, right? You've seen Chinese before. Pinyin is when you write Chinese with Roman characters. It's just the Chinese name of the travel tour company. How do you pronounce that? Because do you pronounce that like... I don't want to like try to speak Chinese. I feel like this could be like... I feel like I could say something very wrong. There's a new Genshin Impact character. Her name is... I can't say her name because every time I try to say her name, I accidentally say a Chinese swear word. Her name is spelled Z-I-B-A-I. And every time I try to pronounce it, I'm saying bitch in Chinese. Oh. But yeah, no, this is the evil fucking KKK bus. It's not actually the KKK, which I mean, you could say that's false advertising. Racist jokes are never okay. Next time is gonna be an actual timeout. Yee. So yeah, this is not the bus we used. We did not use the KKK bus. Oh, wait, hold on. What was the deal with this squid emoji? I feel like a couple streams ago, someone told me that emoji was for like games done quick. Squid. Yeah, I know it's a squid. It's also like a robot? Oh, I didn't know squids could be robots. Okay. Next one. Oh yeah, this was when we were in Kuala Lumpur. It's a squid. Is it also a kid? The first half of her name is Wiener in Arabic. Said I or said I be is Wiener in Arabic. I was at Kuala Lumpur. And me and Boba were in a mall and we were drinking coffee. And then I said the classic thing I said. I want to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna wait until I'm finished with this coffee. And Boba said, why not go right now? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go now. Ah, okay, I get it. And the sec I stand up, I take 2 steps toward the bathroom, and I go, oh shit, I really should go right now. It was like the moment my body realized I had to go to the bathroom, it was the moment my body realized I was on the way to the bathroom. It was like, you need to go to the bathroom. I didn't know where the bathroom was, so I asked the security guard. He pointed me where it was. I walk in. There are 3 stalls. All 3 are occupied. One guy is standing next to the stall furthest from the door. I'm standing next to the stall closest to the door. And pretty much the moment I get there, the guy in the far stall finishes. He goes out, the other guy goes in. I'm first in line. So I'm just waiting on the guy in front of me, who's in the stall. And he flushes. And then 30 seconds later, he flushes again. 30 seconds later, he flushes again. And wouldn't you fucking know it, 30 seconds later, he flushes one more time. He flushed the toilet 4 fucking times in 2 minutes. Now, normally, that means that the toilet is like clogged or like the stuff won't go away. So I'm standing there expecting like a fucked up, evil fucking toilet. A toilet that is so bad, I said the F word twice in 1 sentence to describe it. The poo was too powerful? It's not unheard of. So he finishes, and I walk in, and I'm expecting the worst. I'm like, this is gonna be the most shitted toilet of all time. The toilet is perfectly clean. The toilet is perfectly clean. It looks unused. The toilet looks perfectly fucking fine. I go, what? Why did you flush 4 times? Was it like 4? Did you flush like 3 times and there was like a tiny bit left and you were like, you know what? Let's be nice. And you flushed it again? Because I think at that point I would have preferred to get to use the toilet earlier than to have it be like 100,000,000% you can eat off it clean. Then I walk in, I sit down on the toilet. The moment I sit down on the toilet, it starts flushing automatically. Every 30 seconds, the toilet automatically flushes. So, you know, I'm complaining about this guy for flushing 4 times. I probably flushed like 17 times just sitting there. And then when I'm finished and I stand up and I want to flush the toilet, it doesn't flush. I know there's a sensor that like checks if like someone is in there. But it was flushing when I was sitting down and it stopped flushing the moment I actually wanted it to flush. So I just stood in the toilet next to it for like 30 seconds until it automatically flushed. And luckily I just needed 1. I'm not sure what the next story is. What is the next story? Toilet isn't toileting? It did eventually, but you know, if you flush a toilet in a private person's home, it takes like a while for the toilet to recharge. But like public toilets, oh, they recharge instantly. They got like speed reload. I don't know what the next slide is. Oh, toes too long for bed. No more? Wait, did the gnome not pop up? Hold on. No, the gnome should pop up. For me, it did. Oh, it's in can't redeem. No, it's a cooldown because people kept spamming it. People kept spamming the gnome, so it's on cooldown. The bed in Malaysia. I laid down in it, I stretched out, and if I had like my pillow as high up the bed as possible, and I was lying on the pillow in the most comfortable way, my toes stuck out the bottom of the bed. I have never experienced that before. I'm like 176 or something centimeters tall, which is like, I think that's like 5'2". This is the first time I'm short in Norway. For a dude in Norway, I'm short. This is the first time in my life I've been in a bed that was like too small for me lengthwise. I've been in beds that were too small width-wise. I've been in beds that were too small height-wise. This is the first time I've been in one that was too small lengthwise. 176 is not 5'2". Okay, I'm like 4'8". I'm like 4'8". That's like 5'9". Boba, don't get mad, but how tall do you have to be 6'7"? There are some 6'7" stories that are gonna happen, and Boba does not like 6'7". I'm gonna talk about 6'7" on this stream, and then we're never gonna talk about 6'7" again. I hate it. Yeah, my toes were too small for the bed. Stop it, please. I'm gonna say the 2 6'7" stories, and then we're finished with 6'7". Which, there's only one of the stories has a slide. So I'm gonna say one of them right now. We were eating at the... And you keep doing it anyways? It's just the 2 stories. I'm gonna save the story for when we get to the... funny one. I think the next one is eating in the dark? No, the next one is Bulba sleep talks in Chinese. Freshno is so evil? You talking about awake Freshno? Or are you talking about, like, dream Freshno? Bulba sleep talk in Chinese. So I'll just be laying in bed next to Boba, chilling, and then she'll tell me stuff in Chinese. And then the next day, she'll be like, did I say anything in my sleep? And I go, yeah, you were talking Chinese. And then she asks me, what did I say? And every time when I try to, like, imitate what she said in Chinese, she goes like, that's gibberish. That doesn't make any sense. Which, yeah, I don't speak Chinese. But now, in Kuala Lumpur, I was on my phone when she started sleep talking in Chinese. And And I recorded what she said. I'm not gonna play the recording here. But what she said in Chinese, I didn't understand it. The next day, I showed her what she said, and she said that she was sleep talking about playing skip rope with a child. Like, me and Bobo were playing jump rope with a kid. Which, if Dream Freshnel is evil, I'm not sure they would be playing, like, jump rope with a kid. Either there's, like, 2 Freshnels, or, like, the rope was made of, like, razor wire. There's, like, 2 different Dream Freshnels. One of them, like, plays Pokemon with your aunt. The other one plays jump rope with a kid. There's, like, different levels of wickedness. Also, if you're wondering what the Chinese says, it literally says sleep talk in Chinese. Bro would tie up the kid and play Pokemon with Popa's aunt. I feel like that would be more in character for Dream Freshnel. It's kind of weird, because normally when I say, like, dream something, it's a good thing. Dream job, dream food. I don't think anyone says that, but it's usually a good thing. Dream Freshnel is fucking evil. I think the next one is food. Oh my god, I forgot about this. I fucking forgot. Look, okay, first of all, look at the stream. What do you people think this means? When I was making this slide, I was like, what the fuck does this slide mean out of context? If you put this image on someone's monitor, which is not say, if you just posted a screenshot of this in the group chat, you're gonna start a war. This shit doesn't make any fucking sense, but I promise you it will after I explain it to you. So, we were at a mall in Kuala Lumpur. And we wanted to go from that mall to another mall. So, we're in Kuala Lumpur Mall. I went up. I love Mall Cop. Boba's mom has also seen Paul Blart Mall Cop, by the way. She saw it on a boat. So I went up to the Mall Cop. And I said, hi, excuse me, which of these, because on the taxi app, there's like a million different things to choose from. So I was like, which of these are we at right now? And he was like, oh, you're at this one. And the place he chose for the taxi was a place called Hang Tua. Like, Hawk Tua, but WK is NG. It was Hang Tua. And I started laughing, and I showed it to Boba, and she started laughing. And then when we were in the taxi, Boba's mom was like, what are you guys laughing at? And I had to explain to Boba's mom what Hawk Tua is. Now, Boba's mom does not speak English. I don't speak Chinese. So basically, Boba said, it's like a funny sound someone said. And then I was sitting in the taxi and I did like the Hawk Tua, like with the move, like just the spitting thing, none of like the innuendo shit, none of that, just like the spitting. And Boba's mom just smacked me, just smacked my leg. Freshnel had to talk to. We're not gonna talk to a pose. We're not gonna Hawk Tua pose. This is the last time we're ever gonna talk about Hawk Tua on stream. And that's how I had to explain to Boba's mom what Hawk Tua is. Okay, now the next one has to be the food. Yes! So, I said earlier that me and Boba decided we were not gonna buy each other Christmas presents this year. We did. She bought me a phone screen and I brought her like a Mimikyu, like a Pokemon Mimikyu, but it's a night light. Like you squeeze the head of the Mimikyu and it lights up. You squeeze it again, it turns off. Instead of buying each other Christmas gifts, we agreed we were both gonna book a nice restaurant for us to go to. Boba booked a restaurant where the deal is you eat in complete darkness. You walk into the restaurant, they get everyone, all the chefs and all of the servers are blind. So you walk into the restaurant, and they lead you into this room, completely dark, sit you down at a table, explain to you where all of like the cutleries and stuff is, and then you just sit there in complete darkness. You literally can't see anything. And then they bring you the food, and you don't know what the food is. Like, you pay a bulk sum for like a 4-course meal, and they bring you the food. They don't tell you what it is until you're finished. And then you eat the food, and you have to like try to figure out what the food is. And the food was really good. So we were like eating in complete darkness, trying to find like the forks and the spoons, and like the drink. I didn't know what the drink was. I got a mystery drink, non-alcoholic, but I didn't know what like fruit the juice was. I guess that restaurant is a shot in the dark. Well, it fucking hit because it was a great restaurant. They fed you sheep balls. No, they did not feed me sheep testicles. They fed me like pretty good food. The food was really fucking good. And eating the food without knowing what it was actually made me like it more than if I had known what it was. You've eaten them before, it's good? Nice. Because my favorite food from that restaurant was pumpkin soup. I don't like soup. I don't like pumpkin. But the pumpkin soup was really fucking good. You love it? I loved it. It was great. So it was just me and Boba in complete darkness. Yeah, the mushroom soup was also great. And I don't like mushrooms or soup. It was a really nice time. So it was me and Boba in complete darkness, just eating food. We got our desserts. We were like halfway through finishing our dessert. Another family comes in. They don't have booths. You don't sit like in a private booth. There's just... Like now, it was me and Boba in darkness eating food. That's kind of romantic. Now, another family comes in and they just sit at the table next to us. The family was like 4 adults and 4 kids, and they were really loud, which kind of fucked with the vibe. Like, that kind of like ruined the vibe completely, but we were basically finished eating, so it wasn't that bad, but still. I guess soup tastes better in the dark. I think Bruce Springsteen has a song about that. I strongly think kids shouldn't be in this kind of establishment. It did harsh the vibe. And also, it was like the other family kind of kept like going like back and forth. Because they like ordered a drink, and then the server comes in and he goes like, who ordered this drink? And they said like, I want this drink. And then they put the drink down on the table, and they were like, why'd you put it down next to me? I didn't order it, but like you said you ordered it. Like, I didn't hear the whole conversation, but they were Australians. By the way, I'm not sure if that changes anything, but family is being a menace. There's also, you weren't allowed to bring in anything that creates light. I was wondering, like, what happens if, like, you drop something? Like, what happens if, like, you just can't find your fork? I'm assuming they have lights in there for, like, emergency situations, like if they need to evacuate the building. They got some lights they can turn on. But yeah, it was a really nice experience. Then, when we were finished, we went to the bathroom. I guess a waiter is gonna get night vision goggles. The blind waiters used echolocation to walk around. They were walking around, you could hear, like... I'm not sure if that picked up on the OBS microphone, but they were like clicking their tongue to do like echolocation, which is cool. After we were finished, we went to the bathroom. I walk in the bathroom, and on the wall is none other than giant pic of ass in the bathroom. There was a picture on the wall of a lady seen from behind, and it was just her butt. So I go to the bathroom, I finish going to the bathroom, I wash my hands, I walk out. Boba is standing in like the bathroom hallway, and she really looks like she want to tell me something. And I really want to tell her something. So I walk out there, and we both go, you gotta take a look at this picture. Because turns out, in the men's room, they had a giant picture of a lady's butt And in the women's room, they had a giant picture of a dude's abs. I just know the kids make fun. This is how you know we meant to be. So I took Boba into the men's room and showed her the butt, and she took me into the women's room and showed me the abs, which I thought that was pretty funny. I know some places, I've heard of some places, I think this is a US thing, where they'll have like, wait, hold on, just to clarify, yeah, there were no one else in the bathroom. It wasn't like Boba dragged me into a full ladies' room. There was no one else in there. Same with the men's room. I've heard there's some places in the US where you walk into the ladies' room and there's like a picture with like a really handsome guy, and then in front of his crotch, he's like naked. In front of his crotch is like a plate someone has hung there. So you can't see the penis? And then if you lift the plate to get a view, like an alarm goes off and everyone in the restaurant knows what you did. It wasn't anything like that, but I kind of want to see a place that's like that. Yeah, also the server told us it was okay. Oh. So yeah, there was a giant picture. And when I say giant picture, I mean it was fucking huge. It was like the wall. So that's what Boba arranged from. Getting permission? Well, like, I'm not sure what it's like in Malaysia, but if you just walk in to like the wrong restroom and someone's in there, that's gonna be like a whole thing. Like that's gonna be a situation. But the guy who worked there was like, you can just go in and look. Consent is sexy? Yeah, I hope the people in the picture consented to being hung up in the bathroom. But yeah, that was what Boba arranged for us. She didn't know about the giant pictures when she arranged it. And yeah, he knew exactly what we were talking about. He asked us, like, what did you think of the bathrooms? And we were like, you know what we thought of the bathroom. And then, my deal was I booked a restaurant, a really nice Italian restaurant. You might say Italian restaurant? The slide says paella. What are you talking about? You're stupid, Fresno. Well, I booked an Italian restaurant. 2 days before we were gonna go to the restaurant, I got an email. And it said, hey, the restaurant has to be closed for technical reasons. So we have changed your booking to a Spanish restaurant in the same building. Is that okay? And I was like, well, this is like a Christmas date for me and my fiance, so yeah, yes, it's okay. And so we went and ate Spanish food. And the restaurant was really nice. It was on like way fucking high up in a hotel. Great view. It was actually raining while we were eating, so we couldn't see anything. And then like the rain receded. It was like we increased the render distance over time. It looked cool. I just spawned here randomly and the first thing I see is giant ass. I mean, you should count yourself lucky that the first thing you didn't see was the evil fucking KKK bus. And the restaurant was really good. It was a really nice restaurant. We got this big plate of paella, and it's probably the best paella I've ever had. And it had this amazing meat, and it had this bone marrow. The bone marrow was fucking great. You had to like scoop it out of a bone, but for some fucking reason, they put a shit ton of pesto, like the sauce, on the bone marrow. And the pesto, you could only taste the pesto. You couldn't taste the bone marrow. So that kind of ruined the bone marrow. But it was really nice to go to like that restaurant. We can get it in, I mean, you can just like buy a bone marrow. I missed the KKK boss. I guess I need to rewatch that later. I mean, yeah, we should be able to make bone marrow. What was I gonna say? So one thing I did for the restaurant was that I pre-ordered a chocolate lava cake with writing on it that said "Happy Early Anniversary." And when they brought out the cake for dessert, the waiter started singing this like happy anniversary song. He was really good at singing, but they never told me there was gonna be singing. I had no idea there was gonna be singing when I pre-ordered the cake. That wouldn't have stopped me from ordering it, but I didn't expect it. And then everyone in the restaurant turned to look at us and the waiter. And when the waiter finished singing, everyone started clapping. Everyone started clapping. And Obama was there. And then, like later, like not long after, a couple minutes after, they brought out a cake for the people on the table next to us, and he sang "Happy Birthday." You can't just, it's a meme! You guys don't know that? You guys weren't on Reddit like 10 years ago? Someone will tell a story like, I was on the bus and someone didn't give up their bus seat for an old lady. So I said, hey dude, give the bus seat to the old lady. And then everyone started clapping and Obama was there and he said I was a true American hero. You guys don't know that meme? Also, Kejex. Kejex? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Kejex. Is that okay? Thank you for the follow. Like, yay, we lasted 3 years? We're gonna last more than 3 years. KX. Okay, that's a cool way of spelling it. So they brought out a cake for this other guy, and he started singing the happy birthday song, and people clapped. Then they brought out the cake for another table, and sang the happy birthday song, and some people clapped. Then they brought out another fucking cake, and sang another happy birthday song. No one fucking clapped. So we were the first one in like the chain of like celebrations. We got the most claps. I'm never gonna stop bragging about it, and everyone did clap, and Obama was there. But yeah, it was a really nice time at the restaurant. It was a really good. Whoa! I accidentally scrolled. It was a really nice time. Now, I just had to make sure. Now, me and Boba are nerds. We like nerd stuff. When we go on vacation, we go to nerd stores. We look at like anime figurines and shit. We went to a store in Kuala Lumpur. And they had like this small little cardboard box that said it had Bangbu in it. Now, Bangbu is a thing from Senless Zone Zero. Yeah, we can make paella. Paella is pretty easy to make. You just need a really big pan. Basil, welcome in. I went to Malaysia. They don't have toilet paper. Fucking, she was like, hey, this looks like a cool little thing, cool little figurine. They have, like, the Bangboos from Senless Zone Zero. I'm gonna buy one of these. She bought the box, she opens it. And it's these small little vegetable fruit-shaped Bangboos. And they look really cool. And they were very cheap, because in the box, you don't get one. You get 5 in each box. And me and Boba said, these things are great. We have to get more of these. And it turned out we got 35 Bangboos. These are all of the Bangboos. Also, you can see my hoodie in the reflection. You can see I'm wearing a red hoodie. The Freshno hoodie reveal. I'm wearing a red hoodie. That's a lot of goobers. There also, I guess this is Freshno desk reveal. That's the Bangbu box. That's my stream deck. That's my sound card. We got 35 fucking Bangboos. These are great. They look really cool. If you're not into Senless Zone Zero, you would never guess that these are from a video game. That's the best merch. The best merch is the one that is only recognized by the people who are into the thing. How much do they cost? $16 for 5 of them. 16 Singaporean dollars for 5 of them. Which a Singaporean dollar is less than an American dollar. Wow, hold on. I'm getting a call from my boss. I gotta take this. I'm back. Yeah, I'm fucking muted. I was talking to my boss. Of course I'm muted. I was talking to my boss about what I'm gonna do at work. I didn't expect my boss to call me. He was just like, hey, your coworker's sick, so I don't know what you're gonna do tomorrow. Because what I'm supposed to do tomorrow needs 2 people, but the coworker's sick, so. The boss is calling. Big Tony needs some trash taken care of. My power went out for half a minute? You were still swiping your mouse? I thought you were talking. No, I just wanted to show you guys that I'm still alive. Does it mean you home with me? No, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I got something else to do at work. Okay. Where was I in the story? Boo? No, they're Bang Boos. So these are Bang Boos. They're from Sendless Zone Zero. The best kind of merch is the merch where only people who know the media will know what it is. Like if you get a tattoo from an anime, get a tattoo where only people who like the anime will recognize that it's from an anime. Here's the deal with the Bang Boos. This is a lot of dudes, right? There are 1, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 19. There are 19 different Bang Boos. Okay? These golden ones are super rare. They are 1 in 60. We got both of them. The paprika, the bell pepper, is also rare. We got 4 of them. And the toadstool right here is rare. We got 1 of them. We're missing 1. To complete the Bang Boo set, we're missing 1 Bang Boo. We're missing the shiitake mushroom. Shiitake mushroom. We have every other Bang Boo except the shiitake mushrooms. You know what Boba did? She bought 10 more Bang Boos. We don't have 35 Bang Boos. We have 45 Bang Boos. Now, we didn't get the shiitake, so we're probably gonna have to get more. But yeah, we have fucking 45 Bang Boos. What am I gonna do with these? I'm gonna put them in my kitchen. These are unironically fantastic kitchen decorations. They're just like small guys. They're like a centimeter. Okay, they're like 2 centimeters tall. And they're really high quality plastic, which is kind of like an oxymoron, but you know what I mean. And also, we got duplicates, right? We got like so many bananas and durians and corn and pineapples. I'm gonna use my Warhammer skills. I'm gonna put magnets in them. I'm gonna turn them into fridge magnets, the duplicates. I fucking love this is the kind of shit they should make for Genshin Impact. Because this is such a good decoration. This was sold out nearly everywhere, by the way, when we were looking for it. I hid them in odd places. Missing red bell pepper and 2 shiitakes to be 2 complete sets. Yeah, you're right. That's the only thing we're missing to have 2 complete sets. Would we accidentally mistake them for real veggies? I'm already full of microplastics, okay? It's about time I moved on to macroplastic. If you ever have guests over, have them go crazy finding them everywhere. That could be like a cool thing to do with kids. Like hide these around the house and be like, hey kids, can you find the Bang Boos? So yeah, we have 35 Bang Boos. Now, because of this, I was like, you know what? Sendless Zone Zero might be a Gunner game. I am gonna give it a try. And I played Sendless Zone Zero. And I wasn't that big a fan of it, but I thought, fresh note. Genshin Impact is your gacha game of choice. You have done, in Genshin Impact, when you try to get a character, there's a 50-50 chance whether you get the character or you don't. I have done that like 12 times. How many times have I gotten the character? Once. I have gotten the character once. Now, if we do 0.5 to the power of 11, that is a 0.4% chance of getting that bad odds. So I said to myself, well, maybe Sendless Zone Zero is gonna be different. And I went to Sendless Zone Zero. And I got the wishes. I didn't spend money. I got them for free. I got the wishes. And I wished on the banner. In Genshin Impact, a game that I really, really like, I lost 50-50 every time. In Sendless Zone Zero, a game I don't care about at all, I still lost the 50-50. We're 13-1. We are 0.2% chance, baby. 1 in 5,000. Let's go. No shit, that's 1 in 500, right? Let's fucking go. Worst gacha gamer of all time. Now in a couple of days, there's a new Genshin character I'm gonna wish on. And if I lose 50-50 there, then we're 1 in 10,000. Or 1 in 1,000. 2%? No, 0.2%. 0.2%. Which is 1 in 500. Do I already have Columbina? You have guaranteed Columbina. You will get Get it twisted. You will get Columbina. You have guaranteed. And you have enough wishes. Because you lost 50-50 on Arlecchino. Reminds you of the guy who bought 100 rubber ducks and hid them? I've heard that story. When is she coming? Like, the 13th, I think. Which is when I get paid. She's coming on... I'm pretty sure she's coming on the 13th. So, yeah. We had 35 mother flipping bang boos. And I'm not playing Sendless Zone Zero anymore. And then, return to Singapore. We're leaving Kuala Lumpur. We're going to Singapore. We have our luggage in the bus. We pull up to passport control to leave Malaysia, right? We have 3 bags. We have 3 suitcases. Me and Boba's dad. I'm gonna EP lurk. Have a nice sleep, Eternal Hype. I mean, it is like 5 a.m. for you. Fuck, it's like 6 a.m. for you, no? I go with Boba's dad to get the luggage. We have 3 pieces of luggage. I get the first piece of luggage, I put it on the ground. Boba's dad takes the luggage. I get the second piece of luggage, I put it on the ground. Boba's dad takes the piece of luggage. I turn and look into the bus to get the last piece of luggage. Boba's dad puts his hand on my shoulder. I turn towards him. He makes this face and goes like, "It's okay, we go." Now, Boba's dad is not good at English, speaking English. I think he's good at reading English. But he just goes like, "No, it's okay, we're good, let's go." And I'm like, we're missing a piece of luggage though. And he's like, "No, it's okay, we can go. You can just leave the luggage in the bus. We can go. And I was like, I didn't know how to explain it. So I just said no, and I stood there, and Boba's dad looked really surprised. And of course, the luggage I was waiting on was the last one. They took out all the luggage, then they gave me my luggage. And Boba's dad looked really embarrassed. I don't remember what Boba's dad said to Boba, because they spoke in Chinese and like explained the situation. But he did try to make me leave the luggage. He called you? Thinking that I took the luggage. All right. Boba's dad thought Boba took the luggage. Oh. So yeah, Boba's dad tried to make me leave behind luggage in Malaysia. Oh. What's the next slide? Oh my god, Boba's mom. You guys might have heard about this. I was on the bus with Boba and her parents. Boba's parents were sitting in front of us. I accidentally take a look at Boba's mom's phone. She's in like a group chat with what I assume are like middle-aged Singaporean ladies. And they have a million of these exact images in the chat. So many of these like good morning... I think these are called like Indian good morning texts. I think is what they called in meme language. She was scrolling the chat. It was so fucking many of these pictures. it looked like multiple a day. I did not think people actually sent these. I thought this was a joke. I thought, because I heard that like in India, sometimes there's like a phone outage because so many people send like these kinds of texts in the morning to each other. And I thought they meant like good morning text. But no, these literally images that look like these, hundreds of them. I have Arabic ones. My parents do this to the family group chat, and you've never showed me the family group chat with these pictures in them. I did not think these pictures were a real thing until I saw Boba's mom send them. Oh. Hold on, Boba sent me a picture on Telegram. Is this gonna be one of the good morning? Oh my god, it is examples of the good morning pictures in the family group chat. It's like an AI. The picture is an AI generated, like Chinese little girl doing like a pose, and then there's a PNG of a kitty pawing at the screen, and then in the top left, I think that says "Good morning" in Chinese. Oh. But no one sends me good morning pics like this, dude. I'd have such a good day if I woke up to like 500 of these pictures from every single member of my family. No, I would not. I would have nightmares about that. Oh. Next slide. Oh, fuck. We did this one out of order. Yeah, I tried Senless Zone Zero. I already... This is a bamboo. This is what the non-plant bamboos look like. I can start sending, unironically, I'm going to get scared if I wake up and see a message like that. It is so foreign to everything I know. Speaking of, when I came back to Norway, I went to the boys group chat, which gets like one message a week, which is very active for an like all AMAB group chat. And I asked them, hey, I'm back from Singapore. What should I eat in Norway? Instant reply, Chinese food. So I went and got a pizza. Instead of sending you cute shit, I send good more. No, please keep sending me like pictures of bunnies and kitties that don't say good morning. Listen, okay? If I can make one demand, don't have it be AI generated. If it's legit photoshopped or God forbid made in MS Paint, you can send me anything. You can send the good morning things, but make it in Photoshop in the good old-fashioned way. Do not AI generate it. Okay, I already said, wait, Freshno, I had a thought. For the first time in your life? Holy shit! It's like the brain cell is like the DVD logo. It hit a corner. Do kids know about the bouncy DVD shit? Do people watch Blu-rays when everything's on streaming? I know one person who watches Blu-rays, and they have literally every Disney movie on Blu-ray. I did see the sitting Einstein! I was walking around Frankfurt International, and there was a sitting Einstein statue. I did see it! It was so absurd. I didn't look too much at it. I just walked past it. I walked past sitting Einstein. I'm more of a reclining Buddha kind of guy. I just walked past him. I just saw the hair, and I was like, that's Einstein. And then I walked past. Some guy asked me to... like, a random guy asked you to take a pic with Einstein? Like, some complete stranger was like, take a pic with me and this German. Yeah? You know what would be so fucking funny? If I showed that picture on stream. If the next slide was that picture, that would be so fucking funny. It's not. The next slide is... okay, we're saving the 6-7 thing. So me and Boba was walking down the street. We went on a great museum date. We had a fantastic date in the museum. Then we were walking down the street. And Boba saw a sign. And she was like, oh, fuck no. Because she hates 6-7. And the sign was on a church. And this is what it said. You keep saying 6-7, but what if God has something more to say? And then it's a Bible quote. This is a church. You can see the church in the background. This is advertising for a church. I'm not sure if this is the greatest or the lamest church advertisement I have ever seen in my life. But I had to take a picture of it. And I don't remember why, but my phone was acting up, so I had to take the picture with Boba's phone. Which is like a huge aura loss. But yeah, no, there was the church, God's take on 6-7. Wholly fucking unrelated. Also, we were at Heidi Lao, a hot pot restaurant. And the people behind us got their bill. And like, in unison, 4 fucking 20-year-olds, 420, haha. When they got the bill, just 4 people went, oh my god, 6-7! And I could see Boba just dying on the inside. That is the last time we're gonna mention that number, by the way. We're done now. That's done with. That is finished. That is finito. Now we're gonna talk about something much more important. Zootopia 2. Me and Boba were walking around the mall, looking at nerd shit, and then there was the cinema in the mall, and Boba was like, let's go watch a movie. The only movie I really wanted to watch there, Zootopia 2. So we bought ticket for Zootopia 2 10 minutes before the movie started. And because we bought tickets so late, like all of the seats in the cinema was taken. When we got in the cinema, no one was sitting on our row. Like, on the seat select, all of the seats were taken. We show up to the cinema, it's only like 25% of the seats were taken. Zootopia 2 was a good movie. I think it's better than Zootopia 1. And actually, minor spoiler for Zootopia 2, but when the snake came home, when the snake got home and like they turn on the lights and they walk through the snake house, I actually started crying. I actually started crying in the movie theater while watching Zootopia 2. Because I was like, the snake got home! The snake got home! Oh my god, it's beautiful! The snake got home! Oh. Free Palestine, by the way. Reshno make me touch the tear? I don't remember that. Did I do that? Wait, I started crying. I made you touch my tears and then you started crying? Ah, so I was crying at the movie and Boba was crying because I looked cute crying. Fellas, don't settle for less. Why did you cry to a snake? Because he got home! The snake got, like, colonized out of their house, out of their home. And then they got home. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Free Palestine. Like, I was crying in the movie theater. Because I was like, oh my god, the snake got to go home. Oh. Zootopia 2 is a good movie. Go watch Zootopia 2. It's a nice movie. We're getting pretty close to the end. Boba's mom randomly brought home durian. And asked if I wanted to try it. If you guys don't know, durian, hey, it smells evil. See, basil is from Southeast Asia. They know what they're talking about. I feel like I'm missing something about Free Palestine. You've seen Zootopia 2, right? It's like, I'm not crazy. There's some like parallels here, right? I'm not gonna be like speaking on the situation. That's not the kind of stream this is, but like, you know. Also, let me just make sure we get all the evil people out of here. This stream supports trans rights and a free Palestine. If you don't like that I said that, there's like a red X at the top right of your screen. Please click it. So, if you don't know durian smells terrible. When I was in the military, we did like medical training. where I got to play a patient. One of the things I did was I had to pretend that I was disemboweled. So they put me on the ground and they dumped pig intestines on me. And the pig intestines were real from a slaughtered pig, and there was pig shit in the intestines. And durian smells the same as the pig intestines did, at least in my memory. Now, Boba's mom was like, try the durian, and I wanted to try. I've wanted to try durian for a while, because it smells terrible, but a lot of people like to eat it. So like, maybe it tastes good? And I grabbed the durian, and I bit into it, and the taste was not bad. It tasted a lot better than it smelled. Why did they put poopy pig intestines on you? Well, they're not gonna, like, give the pig an enema. They did it for medical training in the military. Like, I was supposed to be a patient who had gotten disemboweled. And, like, the recruits had to come in and take care of me and, like, fix me so I don't die. They didn't do it. They did a bad job, and I had to pretend that I died. And then when they finished, they were like, why didn't you save the guy who had their intestines all over the floor? And they were like, it was gross, and then the sergeant got really mad. But yeah, I bit into the durian, and it tasted good. The durian tasted good. But the texture was awful. It would, if you've ever bitten into a stick of butter, that's what it was like to bite into durian. The taste was good. There was nothing wrong with the taste. But it was like eating butter, which is not which was not good. The subtitle is clickbait? What do you mean subtitle? Are there subtitles on my stream? Twitch add AI subtitles? Durian no yummy? Like, the texture wasn't good. Also, originally, this slide was called Durian Yucky, but I don't know how to spell yucky. It became no yummy. So I didn't like durian. And then Boba made me wash my hands and brush my teeth. Because she did not like that I smelled like durian. Which is understandable, because again, it did smell like pig intestine. No hate on people who eat durian. They know that it smells bad. God bless them. My mom probably be like, yup. Do you think your mom eats durian and then kisses your dad as like a power move? Oh yeah, Boba's mom laughed when I walked through the living room with a toothbrush after eating durian. She knew what was up. They both eat durian? Your brother ate durian too, so the whole living room smelled like durian for a bit. And that was the end of Singapore. Now, I was gonna go home to Norway. In the airport, I was in the gate, waiting to get on the plane. I checked my AirPod case. The AirPods are in the AirPod case. Great, that's where they're supposed to be. I put the AirPod case in my pants, in my pocket. I get on the plane. I sit down on the plane. I go, well, while we're taxiing, I'm gonna listen to music. I open the case, I take the AirPods, but I don't. There's no AirPods in my airport case. They were there 5 minutes ago. And I didn't, like, lose the case on the ground or anything, and they weren't, like, loose in my pockets. They were just gone. AirPods just straight up did not exist anymore. And I was like, well, that fucking sucks. Gotta buy new ones. At least I have, like, my Sony headphones that I can use, and they're pretty good. Take my Sony headphones, turn them on, low battery, please recharge. I'm like, fuck. When we're up in the air, I can, like, charge my headphones on the airplane, but we're gonna be taxiing and then taking off. That's gonna be a while. Am I just gonna sit here and, like, look at nothing with, like, no nothing at all to do? Maybe that text message tells me what to do. That was not a text message. That was Boba sending me a reel. What was I gonna say? But then, Clutch Airplane. What do you call them? Flight attendants. They give you, like, the aux headphones to watch movies with that suck ass. They gave one to me. I have an aux port on my phone. My phone has an aux port. So I could listen to that while I was charging my headphones. And since they're Sony headphones, they fully charge in like an hour. So I was saved. But I was scared I was gonna have to raw dog the flight if I couldn't charge my headphone. And if I didn't get those earbuds, and if I weren't able to charge my headphones, I would have had to raw dog a 14-hour flight. Overnight flight, so I was gonna sleep for like 8 hours, but still. And you know, I was watching, you know, a little bit of Johnny English and a little bit of that fucking German middle-aged woman cold in the snow movie. But then, when I got to Norway, I realized something. See, Singapore is very warm. It was like, I think the coldest temperature we had while I was there was like 25 Celsius. Coldest it has ever been in Singapore, 19 Celsius. That's a warm summer day in Norway, where I live. I got home to my apartment. Now, there is something called, I think in English you call it an earth protector. In Norwegian, we say an earth fault breaker. Basically, if your house starts running electricity into the ground, that's gonna use an insane amount of electricity. So there's this switch in your house that detects if that happens, and then it shuts off the electricity. When I came home to my apartment, that had happened to my apartment. That switch had been flipped. Which could be a lot of reasons, and it turns out it was something like further up. Surge protector? No, it's different than a surge protector, I think. Because isn't a surge protector in case the power company accidentally sends too much voltage to your house? I thought a surge protector was if they send too much electricity to your house, so it doesn't, like, explode your TVs. Does that happen? A friend of mine had their PlayStation 3 destroyed by that happening. Too much voltage in the house. What was I saying? So that thing had flipped, right? When that flips, all electricity into the house turns off. Which means that my heating turned off. Which means that my fridge turned off. Which means that my freezer turned off. Which means that my hot water turned off. So my apartment, all of my food in my fridge and in my freezer had gone bad. That included 1 kilogram of chicken breast, which is now rotten and stinky. Now I threw it out, so it's not here anymore, but it smelled really bad. And also, no heating in Norway during December? My apartment was 3.3 Celsius with no warm water. You know what I did? I have an electric oven. It's only 2 kilowatts, so it doesn't heat up a big room. It can heat up a small room, but not a big room. I put that thing on max. I went into my bedroom. I got my blanket and my pillow from my bedroom. I laid with that on the couch to heat it up. When I got warm water finally, you only get like a little and a little, and like it regenerates over time. I took the warm water and I put it in a plastic bottle. This is a survival trick. Put warm water in a plastic bottle. That shit will heat you up for a long time. And I basically went to bed and slept with that warm bottle to keep me warm. Now, my apartment is a lot warmer now, because I've, you know, been running the heating and shit. Which, you know, that costs money in, like, electricity. But at the same time, I paid no money in electricity when the earth, like, protection thing was flipped. And yeah, I actually think that was everything. Was it? Hold on, let me take a look here. Was that the whole... I'm not sure what happens when you get to, like, the last picture. That was it. That was the last picture. That was the last thing. That was what I did in this vacation. Let me move the Fresno over to the other side. Fresno like there. The food died, lol. Yeah, and then Alien said, whoa, I wouldn't eat dead food. I was like, dude, all the food you eat is dead, surely. Oh, that's what I was up to at the vacation. Yay. Oh, but thank you for the transparent, which turns me like slightly brown. Also, right now, I'm on a Discord call with Boba. 6K bitrate. 6K bitrate. Is it Voices of the Void that fucks with my bitrate? We're not gonna play Voices of the Void. I am gonna launch it. And I am just gonna see. If this kills my bitrate. Does this destroy the bitrate? Where can I put OBS so I can have Voices of the Void and OBS open at the and see both? That is basically what I did over Christmas. There's probably some stuff I forgot about, but the main points were told. Now, streams going forward is gonna be Saturdays at noon, and then they're gonna be Thursdays at 4 p.m. Central European time on both of those. We're gonna be playing more Voices of the Void, and we're gonna be playing Fallout New Vegas, Arthur Morgan run, High Honor. Then we're gonna be playing Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Voices of the Void is loading. Voices of the Void is still Christmas mode? I thought Christmas mode ended in January. How long does Christmas mode last then? We're not gonna play Voices of the Void. This is just me testing if the bitrate works. And then we are gonna turn off the stream. Boba, I'll get right on to answering the question you just DM'd me. I'm just gonna check if this fucks with the bitrate. It does not seem to fuck with the bitrate, so we might have escaped the curse of Discord. That's good. But yeah, that is gonna be everything for today. We're gonna be back on Saturday with Voices of the Void. And yeah, boom. There's the socials. If there's another stream, and there's a stream delay, extra stream, stream cancel, that goes up on Discord. And the first YouTube link is the fucking, this music is destroying my brain. It's the highlight channel. Don't expect anything to be uploaded there in the next 15 years. And then there's the VOD channel, because all the VODs go up on YouTube. And before I go, I want to give a quick shout out and a quick thank you to everyone who came by, everyone who watched the stream, everyone who talked to chat, everyone who listened in, and all the lurkers. We love the lurkers. And also an extra thank you to KX for the follow. That's everything for today. I'm gonna be back in 2 days on Saturday. 2 days minus 3 hours. 21 hours. No, 45 hours from now. I'm gonna be back. And yeah, I hope to see you all there. And until then,